I keep reminding myself, fix your posture.
We're rolling. All right, Sakura, another clap, please.
Hi, my name is Cara Fang, and today at Aventure we have Dr. Cínthia Cazarin and Dr. Lilian Mariutti. So welcome to Aventure.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, and can you tell us a bit more about your research, where you come from, etc.?
We came from University of Campinas, from the School of Food Engineering, and I am particularly a food engineer with a PhD and master degrees in food science, and I mainly work with natural pigments like anthocyanins and carotenoids. So that I work with a lot of fruits from our country, that we have a large biodiversity, and always looking to help local communities and producers to add value to their products.
And I am a nutrition, the first one nutritionist in the School of Food Engineering, and I have been working with, especially with food policies, and sometimes with functional foods.
And earlier you talked a little bit about how you work together as a team. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure, I'm more like in the chemistry and biochemistry field, so I usually do the work more based on characterization of and development of ingredients and food products, and I also analyze the raw materials. I always use a lot of different approaches to do so. So we use techniques like HPLC coupled with mass spectrometry, and also GC coupled to mass spectrometry, to identify these minor compounds that may be very important to health. And also have a line that I work with in vitro bioaccessibility. So we do in vitro digestion to simulate the digestion that occurs into the human body to see how much of these nutrients or bioactive compounds will be available for absorption. So, and then Cínthia complements, because as a nutritionist, she does the other parts that she will explain better for you.
Yeah, and then we develop some experimental experiments with animals, or sometimes preclinical trials to observe the effects on health, to prevent some diseases, or to looking for the bioavailability. We have some studies focused on the food consumer preferences and acceptance of these products.
So it's a whole pipeline from the fruits and produce themselves to the health benefits and the actual effects in the consumers.
Yeah, that's exactly what we plan to do.
Yeah, and the whole range of things. And can you tell us more about where this inspiration of working with these particular ingredients or fruits, and also the health, let's say, maybe problems that we're facing? Can we talk a little bit about where that came from for you?
Well, the non-communicable disease is a problem in everywhere in the worldwide, but in Brazil we have a huge rate of non-communicable disease. Especially, it's responsible for 15% of the premature death. And we have been working to decrease this prevalence. One way is to improve the quality of diet, and we have been working to provide to the population more information about the food quality, and especially to sell best products to them. And I think this is one of our objectives.
Yeah, we also try to help our country to know better our biodiversity and to eat local products that can be very healthy. And also to use some parts of the fruits, like sometimes peel or seeds, that would be discarded or used to produce fuel. But in fact, they have a lot of nutrients and compounds that could help improve the nutrition of the population and also prevent some disease. So we try to make like we add value, of course, to our local producers, and to explore in a sustainable way everything we have.
Yeah, it sounds like you're building this closely bound ecosystem from the producers to help them, but also meanwhile giving a value to consumers who need the nutritional benefits from something that might be a bit unknown from other places. So that sounds like a really cool collaboration between you two. Yeah.
Yes, that's nice. And also our students that works with us are always involved in the communities, so they have a lot of motivation and they like to see things working and to give it back to the society what they are studying, to make it usable, applicable, and real, maybe.
Yeah. I'm interested in what you're doing with carotenoids, and that's a topic that had come up a lot in your talk earlier today. Can you tell me more about that?
Okay, concerning carotenoids, I have basically two main ways of working. One is to know the native composition of carotenoids in fruits or vegetables. And the other way is to try to make like extracts that can be used as colorants, natural colorants, to be added in food. But since they don't mix very well with water, actually they don't mix at all, we have sometimes to make some delivery systems so we can incorporate it into food. And we try to make it also in a way that will improve their stability, so the food will not lose color during processing or storage, and also that they will be available to be observed by the one who is going to consume it. We are focused to target groups. One is the elderly, where we think we could help improve their eye health and also the cognition, and the other focus group is the infants, and we are researching a little bit. We should incorporate some of the carotenoids into infant formulas, and how should we incorporate it? The difficult thing about carotenoids is that they don't have a recommended daily intake. So we have to be based on evidence from the literature and clinical trials and epidemiology sometimes studies, but then you have to be taking into account different health habits. So we have a lot to do.
Yeah. So in Brazil, a country of so much biodiversity and so much different produce, where do we think this problem of lacking, for example, carotenoids and other nutritional compounds come from? Where do we think that had rooted from?
Although you have a large variety of food, especially carotenoid sources, we have been seeing that people doesn't eat a lot of diversity. Maybe this is the problem.
Yeah, not food that are particularly rich in carotenoids.
Yeah, we don't eat a lot of different foods. We usually eat some banana, it's very common, potato, but it's not common everywhere. It's in these kind of foods that is rich in carotenoids.
And are there regional differences in how people eat, and if there are, what are the differences?
It's so different. The menu, the food that is eaten in North and the South, neither in the middle, yes, it is very different. The fruits, vegetables, and neither the dishes is very different.
Yeah,
We have like they say, we have a continental dimension in Brazil. We are very
country.
big,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And the culture is very different, not only concerning food, but culture in general. You can even say where a person comes from, even by her accent, the way the person talks. So, and we actually have different climates also in the country. So we have different products going different places.
Yeah.
And also a different and huge economic difference.
People is also quite diverse. And
Yes.
are there any central message from your research that you would like to relay that to the consumers of today, of the world, or in Brazil? Are there some key messages that you want?
Oh, difficult question.
Because you do so much different things.
Yes. Oh, I would like to tell people to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, that they will find a lot of things they need to get a healthy life. To eat more colorful. Because if you have a colorful plate, you will probably have a great diversity of nutrients, and you will be eating right and don't need a lot of supplements to be healthy.
Yeah.
And maybe take more attention to your choices, because the government will working to provide more information to them, but we need to use these informations, and I think this is the point.
Yeah. How do you say that playing into the food education, for example, for schools and the general populace?
Yeah, we don't have this course, I don't know, in schools, but we should start to do more nutritional education in schools. It could be better.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing so much of your research and experiences with us. And yeah,
Thank you.
Stay in Sweden.
She was more